order the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen for April 22nd, 2025. There is no Pledge of Allegiance today. Oh, there is a Pledge of Allegiance today. I don't even know why I'm not seeing these words.
Let's just do it.
Okay, I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading in order here. Okay, so the first part of Selectmen action is to vote on the February 25-26 operating budget, capital budget, and referendum questions and date. So this page. Okay. Do I just read it all and then somebody read it all? Okay, I'll read fast. Fiscal year 25-26 Board of Selectmen final resolutions and referendum questions. Pursuant to section 808 of the town charter, the following motions were introduced at the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen on April 22nd, 2025. Be it resolved that the appropriation recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purposes of paying the expenses of the Board of Selectmen annual budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 shall be approved and implemented in the amount of $29,624,001. Do we do each one? Is that how they did those? Each one separately?
You can probably read all four of them and then.
Okay, all four, okay. Be it resolved that the appropriation recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purposes of paying the expenses of the Board of Education and non-public schools annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 shall be approved and implemented in the amount of $88,823,111. Be it resolved that the appropriation recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purposes of paying the expenses of the sewer use fund, sewer treatment plant, residential property fund, and parks and recreation special revenue fund annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 shall be approved and implemented in the amount of $8,089,891. Be it resolved that the appropriation recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purposes of paying the expenses for the capital non-recurring, and debt service annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 be approved and implemented in the amount of $16,103,435.
Stop there and take a motion on those.
Okay, can I get a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passes unanimously. Okay, and you wanna do the next part?
Sure. In accordance with section 406 automatic referendum and 808 duties of the Board of Finance on the budget of the charter, the recommended operating budgets will be submitted to a referendum in the following forms. Questions for referendum ballot. Number 1, shall the appropriation recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purpose of paying the expenses of the Board of Education and non-public schools annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 be approved and implemented in the amount of $88,823,111. Number 2, shall the appropriations recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purpose of paying the expenses of the Board of Selectmen annual budget for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2026 be approved and implemented in the amount of $29,624,001. Number 3, shall the appropriations recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purpose of paying the expenses of the sewer use fund, aka sewer treatment plant, residential property fund, and parks and recreation special revenue fund annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2026 be approved and implemented in the amount of $8,089,891. Number 4, shall the appropriations recommended and approved by the Board of Finance for the purpose of paying the expenses for the capital non-recurring, and debt service annual budgets for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2026 be approved and implemented in the amount of $16,103,435. Keep going?
Can I make
I think we have to do a motion, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
so move to set the date of February.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, I thought somebody was
Second,
gonna make it.
You can take a second.
I just read.
Okay.
I'll second.
And
Oh, okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we didn't have to read this part is what you're saying.
No, now we have
Now
to.
we have to do this.
Oh, this was a different motion. Oh my goodness, okay.
I'll move to set the date of Friday, May 9th, 2025 for automatic referendum pursuant to section 406 of the town charter from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Simsbury Town Hall, 933 Hot Meadow Street.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little confusing there. It's been a year. So for the capital budget, we're going to just read the front page. I'm gonna ask Heather, do you wanna read this page for us?
That is,
Just the because as everybody's read as long as everyone's read the document in full
Okay.
and it's printed in front of everybody, we can just read the first page. So you don't have to read
Okay.
all this, but just read it and then
Perfect.
just
And all
read
the
through
numbered
yeah,
ones?
read all
Okay.
the capital projects.
resolved upon motion duly made, seconded and adopted, the reading into the minutes of the full text of the resolution set out below is waived. Copies of the resolutions having been made available to those in attendance and recorded in these records immediately preceding these minutes. Resolved that the Board of Finance and Selectmen recommends and approves the following. For the general purpose projects, bonds, highway pavement management.
Just read the
bond-
total.
total, okay. $1.7 million. Sidewalk reconstruction, $223,400. Eno Hall entrance improvement supplemental, $500,000. 2 Farms Village renovations, $400,000. General purpose projects, non-bonds. Public Works highway truck replacement and plow, $258,000. Terrifield Connection East Coast Greenway gap closure, $450,000. Sewer use assessment funds and grants, installation of septic receiving station, $361,000. School projects bonds, district security improvements, $250,000, and district paving, $600,000.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Is that it for those?
Do we approve this
So we have a
separately,
budget?
or is this good?
We're gonna talk about that next. So the next item is to review the budget mailer. I noticed some of the corrections were made, so thank you. And anybody have we talked about the QR code, right now there's not enough room. So we won't have that on here.
Is that the new form?
What new form? Yes, the corrections were made. Did I miss the when I first looked at it, did we have in the black box, was the home vet in there in the
No, that
note?
was a good catch. We had,
Okay.
you're right, we included that, we added that for the first mailer,
Yeah.
just for a point of reference, and we neglected to include it in the first
But
draft.
it's funny, cause I didn't know, I was looking above, so I didn't remember if I looked at the note section, so I didn't know if, I wasn't sure if I missed that or not.
Yeah, no, that was a good catch, we did,
Thank
we
you,
added that.
thank you.
I have a question about consistency. In the black reverse print, Board of Education is first and Board of Selectmen budget is second. But to the left, it's our town budget, Board of Selectmen budget, with different words is first, and then the school operating budget is second. Does it matter who gives it who? I'm just bringing it up.
It's in the same order as the referendum
Yeah,
questions in the
it's in the
black
same.
box, but in the budget overview section is what you're saying,
Right.
it's reversed.
Yeah, but that,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, because to me, this highlights the referendum and I think it was you who asked to put the Board of Ed first.
I do, it's the biggest,
So it kind of
it's
shows
the
that,
big bill.
this is more like the, drilled down version, because people might just not wanna look at this, and they might wanna look at this, but.
Yeah, they
I
got
think
the
it's
other
okay.
typo thing. Inserting the word in, but it's already done.
Oh, they did, oh, I had that too, thank you. So thorough.
That's all I have. Anything
Okay,
else?
anybody have any other corrections?
So this is mailed folded and then there's the little blue closure on it or whatever, is that right?
Well, let's look at the front piece too. And I realized today too that the 256 was because of the health reserves, the action that was done with that. It's still confusing, whatever, it's done. Okay, it looks like we have a better budget actually.
For me personally, I prefer not doing pie charts. I think bar charts are much better.
Well, it's a pie chart.
Just me.
I prefer pizza, if we could put pepperoni on some, sorry.
I think it's, we could talk
So
about that.
is there a motion required to approve this
Yeah.
or is it?
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
I'll
ask-
make a motion to.
I was gonna just do it. Can I can ask for a motion to approve the fiscal year 25-26 budget mailer?
So moved.
Thank you. Second? Second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, can I ask for a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
For over 40 years, SCM has been the voice of our town.
bringing us together through local programming,
Education.
and live broadcasts.
SEM isn't just about television.
It's about empowering our community.
Ensuring our voices are heard during government meetings.
And celebrating milestones.
like our high school graduations.
But today, SEM faces a challenge.
Our funding structure is based on television subscriptions.
And it's no secret, people have been cutting the cord.
With a shift to internet-only subscriptions,
SCM receives less revenue.
Even though all our programming is freely available online.
We need your support.
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 Your donation can make a difference.
It will ensure that SCM remains open.
Continues to educate our youth.
And keeps our community informed.
Thanks to SEM, I've been honing my creative skills, helping me work towards my college degree.
SCM is crucial for keeping our community connected.
SCM isn't just here to broadcast local events. They're actually preserving Simsbury's history.
Join us.
Join us in preserving Simsbury's voice.
Simsbury's voice.
Together we can ensure that SCM continues to thrive.
For generations to come.
Visit our website.
Or scan the QR code on your screen to make your donation.
Every contribution
Counts.
Thank you for supporting Simsbury Community Media.
where your town
Your schools
And your government
Come together.